Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Chaos Child. And I think possibly we should get Hanai's bad end today. I did some research. I found that video where they just like auto-played. I just let it go through. And at this point, where when we were talking to like Kunasato, I kind of just skipped until I found that point. I was like, all right. I said about 3 hours and 15 to 20 minutes in, and that video was like 4 hours and 7 minutes. So like we got like 45 to 50 minutes left. It's probably closer to like 47 minutes ish. So it's gonna be close. And we talked through a lot of things. So we're gonna get very, very close, or we're gonna get the end. If we don't get it in this part, we'll get it in the next one, and then we'll do her good ending at the same time. I'm not gonna do like, all right, 10 minutes. We're just gonna, if we happened, say we got it 30 minutes in, I might have decided we'll split it or we won't. But I was pretty much thinking that whenever we get her end, we're just gonna start and then do the good end right after. I'm not gonna, this isn't like an Otome game where we like do different parts and then we do it, you know what I mean? So we'll hopefully get her end in this part. Thank God, I got a piece of almond stuck in the back of my throat. It's annoying me. Hold on, I gotta take a sip of something to drink. That's gonna eat up time, people. I don't know why before I go to record, I'll just grab a couple almonds. They always end up stuck on my teeth. And then there's some in the back of my throat and my tongue, and then it makes it impossible to talk. And then I'm always like, why do I think I'll just grab a couple almonds? I don't know why I do it, because I know every single time it's a stupid idea. And no sooner do I do it, I'm like, that's dumb. Anyway. Miyashiro! Ardemura leapt into my arms as soon as I opened the door. My throat's all sorry. How could you leave me like that? Where did you go? Sorry, I went shopping and stuff. I figured we need some things. You're hungry, right? I took out the sandwiches and rice balls I bought at the convenience store. I got worried when you just vanished. You could have texted me. It's fine. Huh? No, it's nothing. Don't think about it. It's impossible. It's... Were you careful? Careful? Of what? Careful that my brother didn't find this place. I told you it's fine. Nobody's chasing after you. But he's looking for me, so... I looked away. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bear to see her like this. I grabbed Arimura by the shoulders and looked straight into her eyes. Yashiro? Listen, Arimura, your brother is dead. I checked with the police. He's dead, and the dead don't come back to life. But he attacked me. It's true. I don't understand why, even after all this, it has not been like someone is putting these ideas into your head and we have to find out who. You think it's your brother, but it's got to be a gigolomaniac doing this to you. Why do we just leap to she's crazy and not somebody with magic brain powers? I mean, in the real world, you'd be like, you're crazy. But in this world, somebody with magic brain powers seems like a logical choice. I'm just saying. Arimura, you don't believe me. You think I'm lying? That's not true. I believe you. I believe you, but... Arimura looked at me with her eyes wide. It was only then I realized I made a terrible mistake. You're lying. Arimura, you don't believe me, do you? I believe you think you saw him. Arimura shook off my hands, and tears began to pour down from her big eyes. No, Arimura, that was... No! I tried to calm her down, but she smacked my hand away. So even you're lying to me now, aren't you? Arimura, you're lying to me too, just like Dad and Mom and my brother. Listen to me, Arimura. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want... Yeah, if we'd been sitting in front of the door, she couldn't get past us, but... Arimura! She slipped past my hands and ran out of the RV. And then she ran out of the park without looking back. I probably should have chased after her, you think? But I hesitated. If it was Arimura who killed her dad, When I thought about that, I couldn't follow her. Dude!
Hey, Taku! Awful loud in here. What's going on?
Ken,
By the way, I brought you another one.
I'm sorry, but not now.
What? Come on, I bought it for you special. You can pay me later.
I said not now. Just leave.
Taku.
What was I doing? Was... Hinai Artemura was in a hospital room. It took her a while to figure out what she was doing lying in a hospital bed. But when she did, she remembered everything that had happened. She wanted to believe it was a dream, but the bandages around her body and the pain from her injuries told her that it wasn't. Where are Mom and Dad? I'm assuming this is after the... Because it's like yellow, it's sepia tone, so it was back in the oldie days of the early 2000s, before full color was... She looked around for her parents. She staggered out of bed and finally saw them in the hallway. They were each talking to someone on the phone and trying to hide from the other as they did. And I could tell they were talking to their lovers. How could they be doing that now when her brother was dead? How can you do that at a time like this, Mom? The next thing she knew, she was taking her anger out on her mom. Ina, I'm glad you're awake. That was a lie. Brother's dead. How can you do this? I'm glad you're awake. And your mom is lying about that? Calm down, Hina. Mom's making an important phone call, so... That was a lie. It's important to her mom. It's not totally a lie. Why? Why didn't you save my brother? He was still alive. If you'd come with me, we might have saved him. Why didn't you come with me? We tried to save him, of course, but you came. But we couldn't. Oh, before you came, but we couldn't. That was a lie. Then why did you say it was too late? We didn't want you to get hurt. We thought that you'd go inside if we didn't tell you that. You're lying. Hina? And I had grabbed her mom before she even knew it. You're lying, you're lying, you're lying. All you do is lie. Everything you say is a lie. Hina, stop it. Why do you lie so much? Why didn't you tell the truth? I don't want to hear all these lies. Stop lying and tell me. Tell me the truth. Why did you let my brother die? Why did you kill him? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. I can't scream anymore. Bolt. It was the first time she'd seen her mother's face like that. It was a scary face with all the false kindness wiped away. It was a woman's face. It's all your fault. Shingo went inside because he thought you were there. If he had known you weren't in there, he never would have gone inside. And you want to know why we didn't save him? It's all your fault in the first place. You could have stopped him. He's a child. That was the truth. It was the first true thing her mother had told her. Wow, what a vicious bitch. And that truth destroyed her. I mean, you would never blame a child for why another child went into a building to save them. You know what I mean? Like, the truth is, he thought you were in there. It's not your fault that he went in there. He thought you were in there. You know what I mean? It's not your fault that you weren't there and he thought you were. You know what I mean? But like, shit, our mother actually believes that. My fault? Shingo had gone out to buy a present for Hanai, just like she'd done. And then the earthquake had happened. He'd run back home, found the building half collapsed, and then ignored his parents' warnings and gone inside. He believed that she was there. Stop! And that's how he'd been killed. Don't you talk back to me! You talk nice. It's not. It's my fault. It's my fault The whole world shook. Everything she knew fell apart. And then, I lost everything. Do you need something from our class? Oh, no, is Artemura here? She didn't come to school today. I see. Thanks. The next day, just like I thought, Artemura hadn't come to school. It was after school and the club room was still empty. Was it really Arimura who'd killed her parents? Maybe I needed to go back over everything that had happened just to get it clear in my head. First, the data and locations of the New Generation Madness murders. There were 4 murders. Don't look at me and Jinan. Leaky Noise and Shinsen. Hi. And the revolving dead at Fairy's Dance, a place I would never forget. Then there was the Gotsuon death, which had also occurred right in front of us. Yeah, good so far. The problem was what came next. All the murders after Gotsuon death. There were 3 victims. The first victim was, that's right, a headless body that was burnt to death. The next victim was Moe Ishida, a student at Heikyo Academy. And finally, Koichiro Arimura, Hinai Arimura's father. That was the order. Just like I thought. Looking back at the cases, it was clear that there was no relationship between the first murders and the last 3. The first 4 cases had been extremely bizarre. The latter ones were brutal, but fairly ordinary. And more than anything, there were the sumo stickers. I'd been so relieved that they were gone that I'd been slow to pick up on it, but there were no sumo stickers anywhere to be found near the sites of the last 3 murders. In other words, they were 2 completely separate groups. And Moe Ishida had been a huge fan of Hanai Arimura. Koichiro was her father. In a broad sense, these 2 were both related to Arimura. That's a good birdie. Then there was the headless, burnt body. They hadn't identified the body yet, but maybe... Which means that I was right. I turned around at the sound of the door opening and saw Kazuki standing there. Oh, it's you, Kazuki. I thought about getting a second opinion, but with Kazuki, that wouldn't be possible. I went to turn back to the board, and I realized that Kazuki was staring at me. What's wrong? Surprisingly, Arimura had taken a liking to the silent Kazuki, and Kazuki didn't seem to mind her either. The 2 of them had built a unique friendship. Maybe Kazuki was worried about Arimura too. Maybe. Huh? What was that? Did Kazuki talk? Hey, Kazuki, did you... And this is where she just busts out with this, monologues. Come to think of it, she talked once before. Last time it felt like she'd been so caught up in Arimura's energy that she'd spoken without thinking. No, that didn't matter. Kazuki, what did you... It might be my fault. Maybe. This time I could hear her clearly. What do you mean it's your fault? We were talking about Hina's brother. And it might be because I asked, maybe... Asked what? If she wanted to see her brother. Kazuki has powers! That's why she's a route. She has powers and we just don't know. She's been keeping her mouth fucking shut just like Kurusu. I had no idea what Kazuki was talking about. Why would it be your fault for asking if Arimura wanted to see her brother? Kazuki, you have to explain to me or I won't understand. What do you mean? I'm a psychic too. Told you! Not shocking. I feel like it should have been more shocking. But it's one of those, a new friend had asked her and you're like, well, we have a route with Kazuki, so it would make sense that she has magic powers because she'd be the only person that we have a route with that isn't a psychic. You know what I'm saying? So she has the ability to make... Oh my god. A psychic? Wait. A psychic. Do you mean a gigalomaniac? You... I asked if she wanted to see her brother, and that's why she's seen him. She's nice, so I wanted to talk to her too. But I might have done something awful again. Maybe. Oh, Kazuki's crying, our poor girl. Not only was Kazuki not used to talking, but she was sobbing too. It was hard to get anything out of her. But I understood what she was trying to say. Arimura was seeing her brother because Kazuki had asked if she wanted to see him. And that this was because of her power as a gigalomaniac. Of course, it was possible that Kazuki was joking or mistaken. But from the look of things, it didn't seem that way. I'm so excited that she was actually talking. Which meant what Arimura was saying was true? I didn't know if the brother she'd seen had really killed her father. But some power of Kazuki's had caused Arimura to see her brother. She, she manifested like, oh, you'll be able to see your brother, but if you had a good relationship with that person who died, you might see them in a good light. But because Arimura thinks that she killed her brother and her brother is angry with her, then she's seeing this vengeful spirit, even though, you know what I mean? That's probably what's happening here. It wasn't a hallucination or a mistake. But then who had killed her father? Sarika? Miyashiro! Suddenly the door burst open and Ito rushed inside, unless Sarika, or our dad technically, is making Ito do it. What? I'm thinking now. We can talk later. I guess you don't know then, huh? Some right-sider you are. I don't know what. No, you're thinking right. We can talk later. Don't be a dick, Ito. That's our job. I think I've become one with Miyashiro here. It's a little... Don't be a dick, man. Tell me. You mean please tell me, right? Now is not the time, Ito. Fine, I'm sorry. Please tell me what happened. You don't sound like you mean it, asshole. Just before I start to get really mad, though, the door opened once more and Sarika ran in. Hey, Taku, did you hear? There's been another case. Oh no, don't. A new case? Do you mean... Yeah, a murder. It couldn't be. That was what I was just about to say. I ignored that idiot Ito and ran up to Sarika. I called back, but she didn't answer. I ended up almost grabbing her. Sarika looked a little scared. Huh? Just tell me, who was killed? I think it was a woman in her 40s. Oh my god, it's her mother. Also, a new case you mean yeah murder couldn't be. I was about to say I ignored Sarika and ran up. I ignored that idiot Ito and ran up to Sarika. I called back, but she didn't answer. But we said that as if we were saying that out loud. That's a weird line. Like, did we mean like we said something to Sarika and she didn't answer us? Like, or because that was a weird line in there. It didn't make sense. But anyway, a woman in her 40s. It wasn't Artemura's mom, right? Huh? Hina's. But why? No, if it was, I would have told you sooner. I'm not that much of a dick. It wasn't? Then it wasn't someone who was related to Artemura? Did it have nothing to do with the others, or... It was her aunt. A phone call? Could it be... Artemura? I grabbed the phone out of my pocket and looked at the name on the screen. But it wasn't who I hoped it was. Aww. Miyashiro, it's Shinjo. I could hear tension in his voice, and it scared me. Why are you calling? Just a few hours ago, there was another murder in Shibuya. Did you hear about it? It was a woman in her 40s named Hinako Mikami. Yeah, we were just talking about it. We have a suspect in the murder. A suspect? Who is it? Listen carefully. On the 25th, Moe Ishida was murdered. Then on the 26th, Koichiro Arimura was killed as well. And last night, Hinako Mikami was killed. The suspect in all these murders is... Hinai Arimura's mother. It was Hinako, the dad's girlfriend.
Any luck, Chikuru?
No good. She's not picking up, so she's being mind controlled. So, this is really sad. So the mother's probably being mind controlled to kill everyone, right? And then she's probably going to trying to go after Arimura. Right, so then we can solve the case, and oh my god. Well, although, why... It's weird, because we're not doing anything here, and like... Are you just trying to kill off Arimura in the most torturous way possible because you're jealous? I don't know. So I'm really not sure the motivation there, but I think the whole her seeing her brother thing is like Kazuki said, like, I made her see her brother, and then that's what, like, so if all these murders weren't happening around her, she might have still been seeing her brother and been like, oh my god, I think he's following me and it's really weird, and she would have been like, you're having a mental breakdown. Because of Kazuki, it's just the two things happen together, possibly. I mean, we'll find out, but... Anyway, she's not picking up. Okay, we read that. Kurdisu and the others had arrived in the club room afterwards, and I'd filled them in on the situation. We tried to call her, but with no luck. Maybe she didn't want to answer my calls. Damn it, it's my fault. I got suspicious of her.
Now's not the time for that, is it?
That's right, we need to find where she is. But she's not picking up her phone, and I don't know where she is. At this rate,
But we have to do something. Let's think of a way.
I like that Carduce's like gung-ho on the Scooby Gang right now. A way. There was no way. And then someone handed me a phone. Kazuki? Oh, she picked up. Maybe. It's Hina. I grabbed the phone and put it up to my ear. Hello? Hello? Arimura, it's me. It's Miyashiro. Miyashiro? Wait, don't hang up. Listen to me. I'm sorry I doubted you. You weren't wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. Really. Miyashiro, can we meet somewhere? I want to tell you something in person. Not now. Why? I'm about to meet my mom. Don't do it! We can meet after that. Wait, Arimura, don't go. You can't. Taku, where's Hina? She hung up. I called back, but she didn't answer. She either wasn't getting a signal or she turned off her phone. Or she knows it's you calling now. She's been ignoring you because she's mad at you, but she answered Kazuki. Aww. Either way, we had no way of contacting her. I just love the fact that we're like, I was wrong. Please don't hate me. Don't do it, girl. I love you. Aw. Kind of cute. We don't know we're in love with her, but we are. She said she's meeting with her mother. Hey, Ito. Pats on shoulder. At least you didn't have to murder anyone this time. It's just Arimura's mom is probably going to kill her. Wait, that's bad, isn't it?
Do you know where?
I didn't have the time to ask.
Do you have some clues? Some place they would have gone together or that was important to them?
Don't be stupid. She wouldn't meet with her mother at a place like... Wait. I thought I'd heard. Taku? I'd heard a sound on the other side of the phone. That was probably... I remember my conversation with Shinjo as I ran. Harimura's mother. You mean her mother was the killer? We're sure about Moe Ishida and the cases after that. And we're pretty sure about the burnt body as well. Sarah and the others had insisted I put the phone on speaker mode. I did that before I continued. But why would her mom... Did you know that the Arimura family was essentially dysfunctional? Yeah, more or less. What kind of news is that? Every family's kind of fucking dysfunctional. There's some kind of dysfunction in everybody. Come on. It was easy to imagine after what Arimura had told me. Both Arimura's mother and dad had separate lovers who they spent almost all their time with. But suddenly Megumi Arimura, her mother, had a falling out with her lover of 10 years last month. After that, she supposedly began to act strangely. At first, she felt hatred toward her lover for abandoning her, and eventually she started to direct that hate toward her family and husband. So the burned body was her lover? If she'd had a happy home life, if her husband hadn't been such a failure, she never would have had an affair in the first place. At least that's what she said. You don't blame anybody else for you sticking your dick where it doesn't belong or letting a dick go where it doesn't belong in you. Like, whatever. For cheating, basically. Doesn't matter if your husband's an asshole. You divorce your husband and move on. You know what I mean? If your husband's cheating on you, you don't go cheat on him. You divorce the asshole and move. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse for cheating.
But that's...
Caduce raised her voice in anger at Arimura's mother's selfish actions. Eventually, it escalated to the point where she began to hate her daughter, Hinai. But why? Mind control? According to her, because Hinai Arimura was the thing that tore her family apart, and also the reason she broke up with her lover. I mean, you maybe don't need to be mind controlled for this to make sense at all, because knowing that Arimura was born from her mother's affair, like mother and father had Shingo, okay, and then mom got knocked up with Arimura from someone else, and then she's saying that Arimura tore the family apart. She's blaming a child, an affair child she had, for tearing the family apart instead of going, yeah, but how did that affair child exist? Because I was letting someone stick their dick in me who wasn't my husband? Oh, okay, but it's the kid's fault. Good job there, genius. But, you know, wouldn't be the first time in human history that a parent blamed the child for their own actions. I fucked someone other than my husband. I got pregnant. It's that kid's fault because everything would have been fine if they hadn't come along. Really? Okay. So you don't need mind control for any of this to make sense. But I'm still thinking there might have been a little bit of mind control in there. You know what I mean? With the, like Serica reading minds and being like, yep, this would make sense. And then it's plausible where everyone goes, when she comes out as being the murderer, going, yep, makes sense. And then Artemura gets murdered. And then Taku's so upset and turns to Serica because I just feel like maybe she wants our girlfriend out of the picture. Artemura's real father was her mother's lover. Of course, her dad knew this. Her birth had caused a rift in the Artemura family. It had essentially ceased to be a family at all. Again, it's not her fault, but what was worse was a strange power that Artemura had. She seemed to have it under control now, but at first she hadn't known how to handle it. As a result, her mother had come to fear and loathe her. Megumi Artemura became psychologically unstable. She killed her ex, chopped off his head, and set the body on fire. So that was the first murder. Then she planned to take revenge on the people she blamed for her problems. Her husband, Koichiro, and her daughter, Hanai. Okay, so I think the other girl was an accident. The police believe the second victim, Moe Ishida, was mistaken for Hanai and killed. That's what I originally thought. Until we were thinking maybe Serica was trying to make it look like Artemura and I were the killers and like whatever, but okay. That goes back to she was an accident. And now she's escaped the police, and we think she's plotting her daughter's murder. But you didn't say anything about the other ones. Obviously the husband, and then I'm going to guess that other lady was the husband's lover because they both had lovers, so. It was her mother, Megumi Artemura, who'd killed her father. And now her mother was trying to kill her, too. And then there were the phantoms of her dead brother. Damn it. I may have done something terrible. All I could do now is find Artemura as fast as possible and stop her from meeting her with her mom. Or all of this is the same, and then now the bad ending comes from her meeting with her mom, and then maybe the good ending, we stop that from having... I mean, who knows? I got the feeling that the good ending, because especially with that other guy saying the darker ending, the good ending is darker than the bad ending, so, like, it's bad, and then it's worse. I don't think she gets a good ending, this poor girl. My lungs were already at their limit. My lack of exercise had caught up with me, and my legs weren't doing what I told them to. But I had to keep going, because I was sure... I think what I heard was... Artemura was probably around here somewhere. Why? I heard her. That voice was definitely Artemura's. Oh, was that her? I thought it was me talking. I wasn't reading the voice thing. Why, Mom? Where? Where was she? Why does no one else hear this? Of course. Because it's your... Over there. In the same place where we got lit on fire almost. Mom? I looked for my mom where she said she'd be. Oh, where are Myrno? I was so surprised when she'd suddenly texted me. I never thought that she'd actually want to see me. At first I thought there was no way I'd ever meet her. I couldn't believe what she said either. I was so sad to lose your father that way. But maybe she really meant it. I hadn't talked to my mom in a long, long time. Mom had started avoiding me when she realized I had the power to tell when she was lying. So I didn't know what had happened to her and Dad since then, and I didn't care. I figured that after my brother's death, they hadn't tried to get back together. They both split off to do their own thing. Maybe she'd changed. Maybe Dad's death had made her rethink things. So I decided to do what she hoped I would. It was the last wish I had left. So I'd come to meet my mom. Maybe she wouldn't have if we'd believed her. And I immediately regretted it. I'm happy you came. She really meant it. I've wanted to see you for so long. She meant that too. Now that Dad's gone, you're the only person I care about. A lie. From now on, you'll be together with me forever. A lie. Now come closer so I can see your pretty face. Lie, lie, lie. All lies. Hey, Mom, I said. Why do you always lie like that? I'm not lying. You're lying. I can tell. I can tell you're not telling the truth. Why are you saying that, Hina? Your mom loves you so much. That's a lie, too. Mom looked surprised for a second, but then she looked down at her feet and didn't say anything. Maybe I had said too much. Mom? Fine. I'll tell you the truth then. Mom? Was this her real voice? It's your fault. This was her real voice. If it hadn't been for Shingo in the first place, I never would have had to marry your dad. Maybe use a wrap it before you tap it. Mom's words. But you were his child, so I took care of you. But when you were born, it ruined my life. Again, bitch, maybe keep your legs closed. Okay, that's not really fair because you should be able to have sex as much or as little as you want. That's your prerogative. But, like, if you don't want to get pregnant, birth control, condoms, tubes tied, I don't know, abs. There's a lot of different methods of things to, like, not get pregnant. So don't blame the children because you had an accident. Okay, it's not their fault. Totally true. I never should have had you, or Shingo, a creepy girl like you. You never should have been born. She was telling the truth. So disappear. Just go away. The words I wanted to hear. Words I didn't want to hear. You know, that's what Shingo wants. Brother? That's right. Your brother comes to me every day. He says it hurts. He says he didn't want to die. Brother? It's all your fault. And his fault. It's his fault I got married when I didn't want to. It's your fault my family was ruined. You stole my happiness. It's all your fault. Because you were born. Because a monster like you was born. That's why he... She was telling the truth. This was the truth I wanted to hear. But if this was the truth, then You understand how I feel, right? So, you know. Mom took something out from her bag. The towel it was wrapped in fell off, and I could see a little bit of sunlight glinting off the exposed metal. Even if... That is a weird-ass noise out there. Even if I knew what it was, I couldn't move. The truth that I just heard had shocked me so much that I couldn't move. When you're gone, I can be happy. Not really, you killed your boyfriend. Mom smiled. It was the first time I'd seen her real smile. Mom. Bye-bye, Hina. She came closer. She looked so happy. There was nothing I could do but wait for her embrace. Arimura should be around here. It's all your fault! That voice. It's all your fault! It's all because a monster like you was born! Mom? He was Arimura's. I ran toward the voice. And under the dimly lit bridge, in an empty space with nothing but the sound of the trains. Arimura was there. When you're gone, I can be happy. There was a woman standing in front of her. She was so tired she looked very aged, but she was probably in her early 40s. The woman took something out of her bag. Mom! Bye-bye, Hina. She stabbed us. We jumped in the way, didn't we? When the woman started walking toward Arimura, I knew everything. I mean, this is the bad ending, so probably not. At this rate, Arimura would be killed. But from where I was standing, I couldn't reach her. Damn it! She was right in front of me. Was I just supposed to let her die? Damn it, damn it, damn it! Arimura! I screamed as loud as I could. I can't really scream because of my voice and also, you know. But... Yeah! Shrieking woman. The woman didn't hear my voice. She held the blade in front of her and began to run. And then I saw something in the corner of my eye. It was... a dye sword. There was a loud noise and the woman suddenly recoiled backwards. Then she grabbed her ears and fell to her knees. Red drops fell from between her fingers. Was that My power? My power had caused her earrings to move, ripping them out of her ears. But it only held her back for a moment. She glared at Artemura and charged with the blade once more. Artemura! Miyashiro! I flung myself between them. The sound of a train. The warning bells as the crossing bars lowered, and a stab. Light and shadow intersecting. And a burning pain. Yeah, I was pretty sure we just got stabbed, so. Do we die for her? Aw. Miyashiro! Miyashiro! Ah! Did we both die? I heard footsteps somewhere deep in my head. Artemura's mother had probably come back to her senses after stabbing me and then run off somewhere. But the pain was so strong that I couldn't look to see. Aww. Artemura. I must have passed out without realizing it, because the next thing I knew, Artemura was cradling my head in her lap. Stay put, Miyashiro. I'll call an ambulance. I'm sorry, Artemura. I softly rubbed her cheek. Oh, we're having a touching moment as we die. Her pretty, pale skin was stained dark red with my blood. Why are you apologizing? Because I didn't believe you. Miyashiro, maybe you can forgive me. And then just one more time. Artemura, was she crying? I'm the one who's sorry. I shouldn't have run off like that. You tried to save me until the very end, and I... Artemura, stop apologizing, call the cops, and then apologize. So please, don't die. Artemura's tears wet my cheeks. The tears fell in great numbers, rolling off my cheeks and hitting the ground. Artemura, but I was already... Artemura, I... Oh, did we just die? When I woke up from my sleep, I saw the face of the person I'd been dreaming of and panicked. Huh? Was I asleep? Miyashiro? What? You're awake? I'm sorry. Kind of passed out while I was waiting for you. It's fine. You don't need to worry about it. He was always so nice to me. So sometimes I wanted to let him spoil me. What? Miyashiro, you're really nice, aren't you? What are you talking about? I'm not... No, you're nice. You came to save me, after all. That was because I was worried about you. Hey, Miyashiro? What? Does it hurt? Your injury? Look, we got stabbed, but we survived. This is the bad ending? Are we in a dream? Are we in a delusion? Oh, did we really actually die? This doesn't feel like a bad ending. Well, sometimes, but it's nothing. I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's not your fault. How many times do I have to tell you? No, it really is my fault. My heart was weak. That's why... Artemura... But I realized something. You can't divide the world up into truth and lies. The world is half truth and half lies, and we have to accept that. Otherwise, you just can't keep going. If I'd found that out earlier, My mom had been arrested shortly after that. An officer at a police box had seen her staggering down the street, covered in blood, and taken her in. She lost her mind to the point where they weren't even sure she could stand trial. But she'd have to go to some hospital, Shinjo had said. It was her own fault that this had happened to her. But part of it was my fault, too. No, it's not. I would have to carry the burden of that truth for the rest of my life. It's not your fault. You're an innocent child that was born. But you know now, right? Huh? That the world is half lies and half truth? Yeah? Then it's fine. As long as you know that, you can keep going forward. Right. Miyashiro would always tell me the path that I needed to follow. So Miyashiro, I have a request. What is it? Can you give me a kiss? What? Do you not want to? No, it's not that, but... Hey, you... If those words are true, it's okay, right? If you kiss me. That's... Aww. The Kazuki's... Anna, when did you get here? I've been here the whole goddamn time. I'm always in this fucking room. I don't leave. I live here. I'm fucking imaginary. No, that's Serica. Sorry, she's the fucking imaginary one. You could pretend not to see anything for just a little longer. Stop pounding on the wall. You'll punch a hole in it. You cock-blocked our kiss, yo. I was so close, too.
No, there you are, Taku. It's the Restoration Festival today. We're all going together, right?
Oh, you're here too, Artemura? I bet the two of you were making out.
Making out? Watch your mouth.
Sheesh. It might be a while before I get that kiss at this rate. So cute, though. Miyashiro? Ready to go to the Restoration Festival? I like that we're her right now. Seeing us in perspective, it's cute. Oh, yeah. But let's go together. Huh? I grabbed his hand and started to run. We made a promise, right? Come on, let's go, Miyashiro. Hey, wait. This seems too happy to be a dark ending. I feel like something bad is going to happen out of this, like a dream. Hey, no running off on your own.
No running in the hallway.
Is that the problem here? He was right. As long as I was with him, I could keep going forward. Even in a world of truth and lies. Because when he'd come to save me, I knew that his feelings were true. So, thank you, Miyashiro. But we are so fucking dead. That's the bad ending? It's interesting. How is it the bad ending? Is it just like, to me, that doesn't seem like, okay, I'm confused. It doesn't seem so much of a bad ending as an average, like a normal ending, you know? Okay, there's a lot of time where games are like, normal ending, you're like, everybody died. How is that normal? That's not good at all. Like, but it's more like the good ending. You know what I mean? So, like, there's the good ending where you're like, oh my god, we confessed our feelings and we're all in love and everything is perfect. And then there's the quote-unquote normal ending where it's like, yeah, so we haven't quite gotten there, but it didn't end badly, but we're still not at the best possible place. We're in a good neutral kind of territory. That's what this feels like. It seems like a decent ending. Maybe not best ending, but it doesn't seem like a bad ending. Unless she was unless we actually died and that was all in her head because she like went cuckoo. I don't know how we're supposed to read that, but if I just play that normal, it just feels fine. I don't know, but anyway, I know I was going to start her, I would say, the good ending. I mean, I guess we can do that. Let's load. Let's start because I started back up here, the True World chapter. Oh, this was the first. Okay, this is our first choice. So now we're going to go through and we'll start and we'll get her quote unquote good ending by doing all of the good things. So we're going to be skipping a lot. Although now I'm like tempted. Should we do this or should we just, well, fuck it. Because then it's like, we'll do this. It'll be 15 minutes and then it'll be 5 minutes into the next part. And then I'll edit them together if that's the case. But anyway. Why was she looking at me that way? Wait, this was just like, Miyashiro, no, wait, right, we accidentally tripped on her. Did I really not? Mina Mikata had said it after all. If you pin a woman down, she'll do whatever you want. And she actually wanted you to. I didn't actually believe it, but maybe it was true and I just didn't know it. Then maybe... There was literally no sound on that. Shouldn't there be? Is my TV muted? I don't see any sound. The sound is really off right now. Like, I hear nothing on my TV. I hear nothing on the thing. I don't think there's any sound at this second, but there was no sound effect for that. I didn't even hear it. That was weird. Anyway, actually, there was a whole special on it, wasn't there? It was the July 1999 issue, I think. That bratty little girl a year or two younger than you is actually just waiting for you to make a forceful move. Kind of the same. A forceful move. That meant... That's right. I'm actually responsible for everything that happened. Huh? Everything? I mean everything, including that woman back there. What? Then you were the one who told her to attack us? But why? To bring you here, of course. I grabbed her by the wrists and pinned her to the bed. Same scenario that happened in the bad ending. But it's going to come out better for us. To bring me here? Does that mean... For some reason, Artemura didn't resist. She just stared back into my eyes. You know what it means, right? But I can't believe you're the kind of person who would do that. Despite what she said, her eyes were dewy and shiny in the light of the fluorescent bulbs above. As proof. But I like guys who are forceful like that. Cool Cat Press was right. All hail Cool Cat Press! Artemura... Miyashiro, take me! The end. Yeah, that's not happening. Wait, I didn't think about that. Didn't I think about this once before? Man, I never learned, do I? Miyashiro, if you don't get off me, I'm gonna scream. Well, I'm sorry! That's amazing. If you don't get the fuck off me, I'm gonna scream. I do like her. She's cute. But yeah, I mean, like, her bad ending didn't seem very bad. So I don't know. I guess I just got fooled because it was like, this dark ending happens after the bad ending. What? Dark ending? Maybe because it's the dark sky ending is, I think, the title of this ending. But, I'd overlooked that. What a brilliant idea. But I couldn't do it here. No, but this might be a good chance to show off my powers. And what's more, Sarika, this is your fault to begin with. Do you know how hard I worked just to move one tiny little object? Barely gotten a wink of sleep last night. It was the least you could do after all that effort. Yeah, there's no sound on the triggers right now. It's awkward. Taku? I see. If you really want to see it, then I'll show you. Miyashiro? Sorry, but it's too late for regrets now. Curse your own foolishness for giving me the idea. No one could stop me now. Whoa! I concentrated. A terrible, beautiful Excalibur appeared in the corner of my vision. The power welled forth from deep within me. Come, my Excalibur. Give me power. Thought he was going to say panties. Behold! This is my Gigalomaniac ability. Lifting skirts. We look so suave right here, though. We're like, look at my glowing orb in my hand. It's, like, actually pretty cool. With our, like, tough face on, which is actually more adorable than sexy or anything. We're, like, trying to... But it's the suave stance. We're just standing with one hand in our pocket and our power. But, like, our face is like, you're kind of adorable. You're trying to be cute. So funny. This is my power. Oh, we're so funny. Huh? Yeah! My power lifted up the skirt of every single girl in the school. No! What's going on? The glowing, brilliant light. You can try to hold down your skirts, but it won't work. No one can stop my power. Did you see that? This is my... And this is Miyashiro's. This is Taku's. That's right. This is my power. Lifting skirts. The scene around me was something out of a nightmare. No, a most wonderful dream. That's why it's glowing. Oh, the heaven that is all the girls' panties. Gross. Yeah! Taku, stop it! Every girl in the school was walking around with their skirts blown up now. Well, do you understand now? That girl who wears fucking bike shorts under her skirt is like, what ifs? Like, yes, you're amazing, Miyashiro. Will you do whatever I tell you now? Yes, we'll do whatever you say. All right, then I forgive you. I slowly lowered my hands and the chaos around me began to subside. Phew!
Jeez, that was terrible.
Haha. Since you promised, from now on you're both my slaves, got it? Yes, Master Takuru. If only.
Hey, Sari, what's gotten into Miyashiro? Don't worry about him. He's always like that.
You think he's impervy? He's always like that. Mio's just like having a Scrubs moment, just staring off into space, imagining this. She's like, he's a perv. I think we only had like 4 or 5 of these. I don't remember. But if the good ending stems off the bad one, so I feel like we're going to get the same stuff, but there might be more to it. That ends happier, I guess. Because it basically said, like, the bad endings don't really add anything. And it made sense that, like, in hers, the bad end was very similar. Like, just didn't have as much detail, so... Miyashiro, ciao! Hi? What Ito had been saying was evidently true. I could feel all the boys in the class glaring at me. Kind of made me feel superior. Oh, Sari's here too. Ciao! Ciao! At some point, Sarika had started copying Artimer's greeting. So, what brings you here? Oh, geez. You know there's only one reason I would come here. One reason? Yeah, there's no sound. It's not you. It's not me. It's the game right now. It's very bizarre. Like, there is no sound coming out of my TV or anything. Like, so those triggers have sound, so there's something broken in the game at the moment. Or it could just be, I mean, and it's weird because there was sound before, so I don't know. Prince Takuru, I've come for you. Prince? What was she talking about? Like, there's background music, but the sound effects aren't working. Weird. What was she talking about? So it's true that you've lost your memories, then. I guess I'll have to explain. I can explain, Taku. Oh, no way? I've never told you this before, but we're actually aliens from the planet Gigalomania, 3.6 million light years away from Earth. And Taku, so are you. I'm an alien? But she just said we're from Gigalomania, so she's including herself, and it's going to be like, it's like subconsciously we know she's one of us.
And that's right. The planet Gigalomania is split into 6 kingdoms. 5 of them consist of only women, and the 6th, the only one with men, is yours, Prince Takuru.
Kurusu, what are you talking about? Are you feeling okay? Have you gone nuts? Or we're just including all the women because... Okay, so that's fine. It has nothing to do with that. I was like, do we subconsciously know? Never mind. It's, haha, all these hot women are my... Hey, he's building up his lady harem. It's fine. We do this when we play Atome games. I know you may find it hard to believe, but it's true. You and Kunasato? Wait, that's not what Kunisato's personality is like. What's going on here? We're all princesses from these countries, and we've all come here in hopes of becoming your queen. But Prince Takuru, when you came to this planet, you were caught up in the earthquake that took place in the city and lost your memories. Wait a second, I'm having trouble keeping up with all this. We all decided to wait until you got your memories back, but no more. It's time for you to choose your bride. Our countries and the whole planet of Gigalomania itself are in danger of destruction. Prince Takuru, I want you to marry me, maybe. Kazuki, you too? I want to get married too. Even Yamazoi?
Do you understand, Prince Takuru? If you understand, then choose me as your partner and give me a passionate kiss as a sign of your love. Wait, no cutting in line, Non. I'm the one who's best friends with Taku. Right, Taku? You'll choose me, right?
No, wait, this is all too sudden. That's not true. I know Miyashiro's in love with me. Right, Miyashiro? Oh, no. Wait, he belongs to me. That personality just does not fit you. He's mine, maybe. I like how she says maybe after everything. No, he's mine.
Taco is mine. He is mine?
Okay. I don't like this because it makes me feel like when we go down Yamazawa's, it better not be romantic. That's weird. She like 8.
No, he's mine.
I mean, no, she's supposed to be like 14 technically, but she's still in the body of like an 8-year-old, literally. So, mine. 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 Maybe. She didn't say maybe that time.
Mine. Mine.
Mine. They're like the fucking seagulls from Finding Nemo. Wait, calm down, everyone. Everyone was looking at me. There's plenty of me to go around. Who will you choose? Everyone. What do I do? Panic sets in. How stupid. A prince? What the hell is wrong with me? Yeah, Shudo, are you listening? Huh? Oh, yeah, I was asking why you'd come here. I think this is like, I'm gonna, well, you know what, let's just skip to our next choice. Oh no, we're still here. And then we'll stop and then we'll continue in the next part and get her good ending. Because we're obviously not gonna get in this part because we've only got a few minutes left, but we can at least get to our next choice. Okay, so, right, we go on our date. Oh, right, we're gonna get, okay, we have one more thing right here at our date. But I'm gonna stop here, and we will do the date choice. I think we stopped here at another point in the other, when we were doing the bad stuff. I really feel like this was so familiar, but, I mean, we just did it not that long ago, but I feel like we saved at the same spot. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.